Top 10 counties, the highest debt to GDP 2024 ranking. Number 10, Maldives. Maldives has a GDP of $15.83 billion and a debt to GDP ratio of 111.8. Maldives is one of the countries with highest debt to GDP in 2024. Number 9, Laos. Laos is a Southeast Asian country with a GDP of $78.93 billion. The country has a debt to GDP ratio of 118.7, one of the highest in the world. Number 8, Bahrain. Bahrain is one of the richest countries in the Middle East. The country has a debt to GDP ratio of 119 and ranks 8th among the countries with highest debt to GDP in 2024. Number 7, Bhutan. Bhutan has a GDP of $11.56 billion and a debt to GDP ratio of 122.8. Bhutan is one of the leading countries with highest debt to GDP in 2024. Number 6, United States. The United States is a supreme economy and it has massive debts as well. The US economy has a GDP of $27.97 trillion and a debt to GDP ratio of 126.9. Number 5, Italy. One of the largest European economies, Italy has a GDP of $329 trillion. The country has a debt to GDP ratio of 143.2 and ranks 5th among the countries with highest debt to GDP in 2024. Number 4, Greece. Greece has a debt to GDP ratio of 160.2 and a GDP of $434.83 billion. Greece is one of the countries with highest debt to GDP in 2024. Number 3, Singapore. Singapore makes it to the 3rd spot among the countries with highest debt to GDP in 2024. Singapore has a GDP of $786.87 billion and a 168.3 debt to GDP ratio in 2024. Number 2, Sudan. Sudan is the country with the 2nd highest debt to GDP in 2024. Sudan has a GDP of $117.9 billion and a debt to GDP ratio of 238.8. Number 1, Japan. Japan is one of the largest economies in the world, having a GDP of $6.71 trillion. With a debt to GDP ratio of 251.9, Japan is the country with highest debt to GDP in 2024.